What's a logical thing to do after you've quit your job, moved to a new house, and you're not done unpacking yet? I think buying more Jeep parts for a new build is a great idea. Not really, but we're gonna find out. So today we are taking the JK to meet my buddy Mike, and we're gonna pick up a bunch of parts for a new build that's gonna happen right here when we're done unpacking. So let's hit the road, meet up with Mike, and show you guys what we're picking up. Mike told me about this deal. I don't think Mike knows that I want it all. So we're gonna kind of have to hash it out, make some deals. Mike's a tough guy to bargain with. I thought we were going to get, what, YJ frame. There's a AMC 360, some axles, a bunch of random parts, right? Mike didn't send me pictures of it. Turns out it's like a half-built Jeep.
It's perfect.
There's no YJ frame. It's a YJ with a 360 in it. So.
But this is the way this stuff happens.
It's the way it happens.
Everybody gets out of the business. They just at some point they're tired of hoarding parts, and then everything just falls in the lap of somebody.
And that's why I'm sticking around and waiting for Mike to get tired of wheeling. Yeah. Hit the gold mine, you know what I'm saying? When we got there was a lot more stuff than I originally thought. Not only was there a YJ tub, frame, and AMC 360, it was already installed and it's already converted to propane. There's a ton of stuff in the back, and there's a lot we need to talk about this build. But we had the 2 propane tanks, a ton of transfer cases, both 205s, Dana 300s, just an assortment. A ton of leaf springs as well already on the trailer. We had our work cut out. We had to put everything in the back of Mike's truck. We also had to grab the 2 axles that were in the garage before we could head out. Man, ton of work. That's a haul right there, buddy.
There's so much stuff there, and it happens. People just get out.
He just kept bringing it out. Fox shocks, take them.
A redneck Ram.
Yep. A lot of that stuff was going to be used for a buggy build, but I think now might as well just continue it with the YJ build. With all of those goodies unloaded, we're gonna go check them out here in a little bit, but my main priority is unloading the tub and frame and axles of the new YJ build. This is not my trailer, it's not Mike's trailer. It's the guy we bought the Jeep from, and he's gonna start needing that back. So this is going to be today and tomorrow's project, getting all of this off. Rear tub is off the frame, front half of the tub, we have the frame. It's gonna be a pain to get off the trailer and find a temporary spot for this. I'm gonna need Mike's help, but before I call him over here, he's doing some work to his YJ build he's doing, so we're gonna go check it out, see what he's up to. Mess around over there because it's about to rain, then we'll come back here tomorrow and get that YJ off there. So we are here at Mike's shop where he's building the YJ for Crossbar Offroad Park. He's trying to wrap this up. Today's project is working on the getting this transfer case mounted up, so we got to build a support cross member for it.
Nobody made a CJ, YJ, anything that would support a 205. When this comes into play, you got to figure out drive shaft clearance,
all that stuff. Yeah, plus like this is the 205 is a lot bigger than your factory 231. Got to hang down pretty low.
360 turbo 400 built, 4L80 internals, big stuff that won't break.
Oh yeah. Let's head down to the shop, start working on this fabbing up a cross member. Mike's making the little pie cut for the cross member to clear the drive shaft. I went ahead and got the bushing ends tacked up. You ready to tack that thing up? Yeah, I'll get there and then hammer that in. We got the 3 pieces fabbed up. We're gonna head up to the shop and put everything under the Jeep. But before we leave, we gotta take a look at this thing. The twin turbo, running a methanol kit, everything, yeah, so the whole 9 yards.
It's a drag week car. They've been trying to get it ready for like 2 years now. It's so close, but we also compete in drag week for street class, and basically you need to be able to, run the car, drive it to 3 different states, and then just keep moving. 2800. But here's a funny deal. When you see one of these cars and it's got a trailer hitch,
Yep, you know it's race week.
Yeah,
they're pulling their trailer. Yeah. Yep. No, this is sick. Just want to take a real quick look at that before we go up and check out his YJ. So we got the cross member pieces right over there. Go under the YJ. So here's what we're doing. We got the cross member that we cut out for the yoke clearance right there. It's barely gonna fit, might have to clean it up some, but we're gonna weld those cross member arms over here onto the frame to the bushing, and then cut and tack weld it up under here. So it's a little bit different of a configuration because it's a, you know, huge 205 under a YJ. Mike's about to cut the last arm. We have everything tacked up under here, so fully welded in. The brackets on that side, the bushing still needs to be welded to the tubing, but made that cut, got that tack welded. We're gonna do the exact same thing over on this side, and hopefully it all lines up, and then fully weld this cross member in and call it a day. It is time to finally go ahead and unload this YJ. So we got to get all of this off today. I have not told the deal for this. Got all of this for 500 bucks. So I haven't mentioned that in the video yet, but that everybody's probably wondered, Ben, you probably bought just a trailer of junk, but not at all. We got the axles. So technically we paid 500 for the axles, and the rest just came with it. So let's get this all offloaded.
We were to add everything up.
Oh, I mean, it's way more. Like just
the rear bumpers.
Yep.
500 bucks, leaf string.
Yep. Got some corner armor. I mean, it's gonna need a lot of work, but the axles, there's a freaking muffler in here. There's a hydro assist ram. I mean, apparently the engine works, so we'll find out. Definitely a good deal for 500 bucks. Way beyond a good deal. So let's get this unloaded. So we got everything off of the trailer, and everybody has been asking since the first video at the new place to go check out the white shed. Wasn't even my idea. Mike's like, oh, let's go splunking. So we got a pry bar. Max, you coming? You throw his Frisbee in the tree? Or was that me?
Accident.
Oh, Max. All right, come on, bring it. So I have not been out to the white shed yet. I think a lot of people wanted to see it. I'm hoping I didn't hype anything up, because I'm hoping there's something cool, but we're gonna end up getting there. It's gonna be full of leaves or sticks. I don't know. I don't even know how big it is. Yep, you just gotta go through it. Oh, dude. No. So it was a shed. Then a tornado came. That's a roof. Yeah, so I doubt there's much of anything left, but well, we got some tires, bunch of trash over there. It used to be something. Dang. Yeah, it's disappointing. That's really disappointing. So it used to be something, because on Google Earth, I don't know where it was then, but on Google Earth, you saw it long ways. So I don't know, what was this? Huh. What'd you get? You got a wheel? Nice.
Wheel and a chair.
Wheel and a chair, great condition. Facebook Marketplace. Dude, you see the old radiator over here?
Got some wheels here to get around.
Yeah. Dude.
Little trailer.
Old radiator. It's a radiator, a condenser. I got an alternator over here. So I think there was like a secret barn find. Somebody found a cool car, the tornado did. Look, we got a radiator there, tires over there, an alternator. There once was a cool car in that shed.
Yeah.
And the tornado took it. All right. Well, that's that. Now the next fun part will be clearing all this so we can actually have usable land on the property. So even though yesterday was kind of a bust with the white shed, it turned out to be pretty good. We got everything unloaded yesterday, and it turns out, like, of course, our luck, we get it unloaded and the guy doesn't need the trailer back
Did you just bring this up,
anytime
or has it been out
soon.
here?
That is there since yesterday. And
It's cold out though.
it is extremely cold out. This is like the first cold day we've had here in Oklahoma. So the plan was to move some of this stuff around today, but it's cold. So I think we'll tackle some inside projects. But let's take a look at all this stuff. So I know this video is kind of all over the place, but there was a lot that's been happening in the past few days. So we actually last night paid for a brand new lift to get installed in the shop. That'll be here soon. We'll talk about that in a minute. But what do we have here? So the YJ frame, great shape, perfect for, I mean, as you can already tell, the frame's off. We can do whatever we need to actually start turning this thing into kind of a buggy once we get the lift in the shop. So that's gonna be awesome. Has a Blue Torch Fab rear bumper right there on it. The AMC 360, no idea on the shape of that, but that's a pretty good engine. Back when you know, AMC was still making their V8s, it's already converted to a propane kit. I don't know if we're gonna keep that, because I can't see ourselves on the trail like running out of propane and being like, oh, anybody got a spare propane tank with them? I don't know. So we'll see. I mean, we might get it running on propane and eventually switch it out or move to a different engine altogether, like an LS style. You know, whether it's a 5.3, 6.0, 6.2, who knows. But got the YJ front grille and everything. And yeah, so overall, the frame on this is definitely a perfect platform to start a buggy build. The axle over there, we got a set of Chevy 1-ton axles, an older style 14 bolt. So this originally had drum brakes. He's already started switching over to disc brake conversions, but that's very similar to what we have in the JK, just an older model. Up front, there is a Chevy passenger side drop Dana 60, Kingpin Dana 60 axle, passenger drop, so it's gonna be perfect for all the stuff over here, which we'll talk about. But we have the tub right there, which has the VIN plate. We did get a title for it. Got the rear half chopped off right there with some goodies inside of here. Bunch of hose. We have a hydraulic assist ram, single ram. I'm actually running that style on the JK, and some other goodies over here. A little trans shifter plate. But I think it's gonna be fun piecing all this together and
this is awesome.
building a little buggy. Down here, got the windshield, the hood. Picked up an old transmission, which I'm actually not even sure what it is. It's an older Dodge transmission, I think, but it's all seized up. So that and the bell housing, just kind of trash. Propane tank for the propane kit, bunch of body mount bushings, the Fox shocks, an assortment of leaf springs. I think some are YJ lift springs, some are XJ springs, just a mix of them. We have the 203, which is an old T-case. We got a Ford 205 right there, another 205, and then the Dana 300, which is going to go in that build, I think. Then of course, an axle shaft for the 14 bolt, and some front steel fenders for it. So I don't know if we're going to use those, but as you can tell, there's a pile of parts that looks like a bunch of junk, but it's going to come together really soon. I'm excited to start up that build with you guys. But before we get started, and everybody's like, man, they just got a Bronco. Now they just got this buggy build. They still haven't finished all their projects. Guys, trust me, it's all gonna come together and it's gonna start making sense. It's gonna start making sense in a while. But before we start those builds, we have to finish up this shop. So we finally got everything moved up here from the carports.
We made progress.
I don't think anybody can see, but we've actually started adding to the mess. Like Mike dropped off 5 tires and wheels yesterday. We got a new, Mike also dropped this off, a propane shop heater. This is actually set up for natural gas, so we'll have to change the jets in there to be able to run it on a propane tank. But it's a definitely an industrial style natural gas heater, which we'll swap to propane. Cassie got a new tool bench right there, and yeah, I think that's about all that we put in here on top of all of our extra stuff. But the plan,
we can work in these conditions, right?
No, this is bad. But the house is slowly getting there, and the next stuff is going to be setting up this shop. Now, since the last video, we did get our new electrical set up for the shop. It is past inspection right there. So now we're just waiting for the city to come out and run a complete standalone power all the way up here. So what this thing has been set up for in the past was just one breaker off the house, 20 amp line running up here, which means, yes, there were lights, there were outlets, but definitely not enough power to actually run a shop. So contacted the electrical company, and they're gonna run a direct line underground to a standalone meter here. And that means we can run a 200 amp panel inside the shop. Got a lot of wiring to do before we start putting everything up against the wall. So wiring, insulation.
I forgot about that, the wiring.
Wiring, insulation, and then we can start putting stuff away. The lift, we're gonna have to look and figure out where we wanna put it, if we wanna have it facing this way or this way, and where to put it in the shop. But that's gonna be for another video after, yeah, once we can start getting all this up. Right now, it passed inspection, so we just gotta wait for the city to come out and run underground cabling to it, and then we can start hooking up the shop with all new electrical. I know it's a long video by this point. Thanks for watching, guys. Give the video a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, and go down and leave me a comment on what do you guys wanna see next? Garage stuff? See, we can't start the YJ project yet, or some Bronco stuff. Maybe we'll go wheeling.
How about some LS wiring?
LS wiring and some wheeling, that sounds fun. See you guys later.